Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Swift UI taxi driver apps inside. Today we need to call this here the driver ride cancels API. I need to call this here and also need to make this here the are you sure want to cancel this rides pop-up need to show and to call this here the API. Let's start how to write down inside the Swift UI code. First of all, need to define here the API inside the globe files. Now need to go inside the common UI and to select this here the globe files, and then after so need to go here the these lines and we need to write down here the text let sv driver ride cancel is equal to need to write down here the API URL plus we need to write down here the driver ride cancels driver cancels rides. This is the API names need to set here. Like this, we need to write down here the API names. Now need to go inside the driver running rides review models inside. Need to go and to write down here the ones API. Need to develop here. First of all, need to write down here the functions and we need to give this here the name API driver ride cancel, and also need to pass this here the parameters as a ns dictionary as ns dictionary. Like this need to write down here, and now we need to call this here the service calls. Write down your service call and to pass this here the post methods and to pass here the parameter. Then after need to give this here the globe dots. Need to write down here the sv driver ride cancels and to give this here the success parameters and fail parameters. Now self dot show here the error message if any gets any catch blocks, and to get here the fails. Now sorry for that, to write down here the error dot localized description if not any gets any message, then to print this here the s s s mss message message fail, like the sets. And also need to show this here the errors, show errors, write down the true. Like this we need to write down here, and then now need to go here and to write down here the if let to write down here the response object is equal to gets here the response object, and need to check this here the response value for key, and to pass this check here the status as string optional blank value need to get, and to check this here the one, then successfully cancels, otherwise fail this here. And also need to write down here the one alert log flags. We need to set this here the if you write cancel, then to go back and to go inside the main screen, so otherwise the any previous pushed screen inside need to pop outs. That's why I need to need this here the one flags for the declared here. Now need to write down here the at the rate published where, and to give this here the names as a is alert. Okay, there. By default need to set this here the false. Now need to use this flag, and now need to go inside the write cancel success message. Now need to write down here the self dot set here the true, and also need to set this here the success message error message is equal to need to write down here the response object value for key, and we need to give this here the key dot message print this here the server message is optional string if not gets, then to displaying here the success msg success, and self dot show errors. Write down here the true. Like this, we need to write down here. Same as now need to get here the any errors and to showing here the errors, we need to write down here the Patel and to show this here the error message. Like this, we need to write down here the driver rides cancels API. We need to write down here. Now need to write down here the driver ride cancel actions. We need to write down here. First of all, now need to go ups and to find out here the action status changes before above. We need to write down here the one functions. We need to write down here the functions action ride driver ride cancel and create like this here, set this here. Now we need to write down here the functions API ride driver ride cancels and to pass this here the parameters. First of all, need to pass this here the booking ID colons is equal to need to give this here the value self dot ride objects value for key and to pass this here the booking ID and give this here the optional value as a blank. Then after needs another parameters is a booking status. Need to cross verify if the status are valid or not. Need to check this. That's why need to pass here the parameters as a booking status. If you ride started and to call this here the driver ride cancel, this is not possible to cancel this rides after the started. That's why to return this here the error message. Need to write down here the ride object value for key and to pass this here the booking status blank. Like this, we need to calling here. Now need to call this here the functions inside the run trip view. Now need to go here and to find out here the opens here the cancel pop-up yes or no. Need to check here and to give this here the functions. First of all, need to write down here the functions inside. If yes, then to call this here the methods action driver ride cancels. If you not, then to show this like here. And now need to write down here the alerts because need this here. First of all, now need to go here alert view. Now need to copy this alert and now need to paste here inside the cancel pop-ups. Otherwise not showing here the message for the canceling. That's why I need to put this here alert message. Now also need to check this here rvm dots is alert back. Then first of all need to close this here. Like this need to set here the false and also need to write down here inside the alerts rv vm dot show ride running. Need to set here false and to close this here the screens. Like this you need to write down here the functions and to calling this here. And now need to run and to test this here the app and to test this here. Now time is not set into later to set this here. Now need to call this here the cancel trips and we need to showing here the pop-up cancel the need to change this here the names. Need to set here first of set here the name as a rvvm dots. Need to write object value for key and to pass this here the name blank page. If not set. Now again need to build. Now click on cancel trip and openings here the cancellation data. This is the usernames and trip cancels. Now click on no. Need to close the screens. Again need to click here the cancels and to click on yes. And now not yet here the format is maybe nodes is not runs. Need to check here. Now click on the cancel tips and to click on yes. Missing here the system parameters. Also make here mistake. API calls, and we need to set this token API set here too. Now again restart this app and to run here. Pass inside the headers action token. Because this is the token rise API, need to forget here the is token API true. That's why need to not work, and to missing parameters need to get this here inside the API. Now need to click on cancels. Now give this here the yes and API callings. Right cancel successfully, need to get here and click on OK and to back the screens and working goods. Like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.